Welcome back to the Behind the Well Show. Roger Abel with Elias Randel bringing you the Thanksgiving Day edition. You know, before we started the show, I asked Molly, I said, I think this is our third Thanksgiving show / Black Friday show. I can't believe we've been doing this 3 years.
We have? I thought we've only been doing it 2. Yeah, I guess this is our third year, isn't it?
We've got 100 and some odd episodes.
Good for us. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Do you guys do traditional Thanksgiving? Like turkey, gravy, the works? Or
Yeah, so I will smoke a turkey. So I bring the turkey every year because I'm kind of an amateur barbecuer, smoker. So I'll make 2 10 to 12 pound turkeys on the smoker. One I do just plain, and then one I do like a Cajun seasoning injection. So it usually goes over pretty good.
Have you ever thought about like smoking it and then dropping it in like a giant fryer? I feel like that would just be phenomenal.
I have not. I've heard that's pretty good though.
I mean, I think, like when we
But you wouldn't fry it for that long, just enough to get it crispy on the outside.
Yeah, so I just think like the smoked wings. They smoke the wings and then they fry them. Like those are the best smoked wings.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that this year. I don't know.
You should try it.
It's already a lot of work.
Yeah, so I asked that because I remember, man, this would have been 5 or 6 years ago. Doug Wagner from WMT called me on Thanksgiving morning to see what we were having for Thanksgiving dinner, because we don't do traditional Thanksgiving. We always do something different than just like a turkey. And part of the reason my wife's, I guess, pescatarian, vegetarian. So just making a big turkey for my wife and I didn't really seem like a lot of sense. So I remember when Doug called, and he called because I was doing a Thanksgiving Day pizza. And it was phenomenal. We were grilling the pizzas, and it was like gravy for the base, stuffing, mushrooms, like on top of the pizza with a little bit of cranberry on top. Then we cooked them, and they were phenomenal.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it was good. So it was like the spin on a traditional Thanksgiving. But this year, we actually are doing traditional Thanksgiving at my mom's, and hopefully we're going to have.
Who's cooking the turkey?
I'm going to push for catering. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to push her to see if she can have the class.
Does your mom usually cook it?
Yeah, and she's good at it, but I just think with the little kids, it might be better to cater it. We saw there's an ad on Kirkwood's page. Class Act restaurant would cater like the full Thanksgiving Day dinner. So I think that's the route we're going to go. I don't know how it's going to go over, but when we go to my mom's, we usually do non-traditional stuff anyway. We'll do salmon or steak or something different just because, once again, like my girls don't eat that stuff. So, but we're going to try it this year. The other big news going to happen, NFL football. And I jokingly asked, what game are you going to watch? We got the Bills, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Vikings, Patriots.
So I'll probably watch all 3, but I'm a Cowboy fan, so I'll watch the Cowboys. And then I like watching the Bills play, so I'll definitely watch that game. I do not care for the Vikings or the Patriots, so if I miss that one, it won't hurt my feelings.
So I've got to tell you, I was looking through the slate, and I was like, well, I'm surely going to watch the Bills Lions. Same reason I think the Bills are fun to watch. They got a great offense. And I'm definitely going to watch Patriots Vikings, mostly because my kids will be in bed. So that probably means the Giants Cowboys is nap time.
Is it the 3:30 or
that's
3 o'clock?
That's the 3:30.
Yeah, that's when everyone's going to be taking a nap at that time.
So our show today is about Black Friday and some of our tips that we're going to give you for how to deal with Black Friday, a little bit of the background of it. But what makes me think about that 7:20 football game, Elias, for years, probably really until we had kids, my wife and her sister and my mother-in-law, they would all go shopping on, is that called Gray Thursday? So like after Thanksgiving dinner and the football game starts, they're lining up at Target for the TVs and just going out and doing this crazy shopping thing.
So the night before is called Gray Thursday?
I think the night before is called Gray Thursday. We'll fact check. I'm pretty sure.
At your house, that's what it's called. Nowhere else.
Maybe they made it up just to make me feel better about it. Yeah. Gray Thursday, Urban Dictionary, the official day when Christmas shopping begins, formerly known as Thanksgiving. Shopping on this day becomes a moral gray area.
I agree with that. It is a moral gray area. I thought Thanksgiving's supposed to be about being with your family.
Well, I think they spend it all day with the family, so it's like their time to get away. And they know I'm going to watch football anyway, so
Yeah.
probably doesn't matter all that much. But
Yeah, we just get, so it's my father-in-law and we just get left at the house with the kids, and then all the girls go shopping. That's how that works.
on Thanksgiving or Black Friday?
No, Thanksgiving night, because they like to go for the Great Thursday deals.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that happens to every male that's going to watch football. They're like, you can hang out here, which is fine. I don't care.
I suppose my 7-year-old, she might go with them this year. She might be old enough. We'll see. I don't know how they decide that.
Does she like to shop?
She likes to do whatever. If her mom's doing it, she'll enjoy doing it.
All right. Well, my girls don't, so they're hanging with me. But, Black Friday, we kind of think of it, at least I do, as this like modern phenomenon where people start shopping. And when I think of Black Friday, I think of the internet shopping that's happened. I know we have Cyber Monday and all that other stuff, but Black Friday actually started in 1951, for people that didn't know that. And really, it started because the police started using the phrase Black Friday, Black Saturday, and it was really to describe the traffic that was associated with the start of the Christmas shopping season. And I don't know about you, but I feel like Christmas starts earlier every single year. My neighbor hung his Christmas lights yesterday. My wife's putting the Christmas tree up Saturday.
It's kind of sad. As soon as Halloween's over, everyone forgets about Thanksgiving now.
My wife was planning to put the tree up before Halloween even started because we're so busy in November that we have to get the tree up.
You're too busy to put your tree up? It takes a couple hours?
You know how it goes.
Yeah. So here's another, this is one of the funny things about this whole Black Friday tradition. So there was a magazine, the Journal of Factory Management and Maintenance. So they called it Black Friday because of the number of people that called in sick the day after Thanksgiving, which I know here in Iowa, no one really works the Friday after Thanksgiving. We get another holiday. Iowa Hawkeye football plays Nebraska. So I think it's really common here to not work on that Friday, but I suppose other places they expect you to be at work. And then back in the 1950s, just people would call in sick. That'd probably be me if I was around back then. I'd be calling in sick on that Friday.
So here's some, I guess, big statistics. We're going to look at Black Friday 2021, but almost 180 million Americans shopped during the 5-day period from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. 180 million people. That's like half the population.
Close enough.
What do we have?
Half.
300 and some odd million people in America.
I think 350, 360, somewhere in there.
154.5 million people made purchases at stores or online. 66.5 million buyers made a purchase in a store. I can promise you, there's no way you're getting me to go to a store on Black Friday. There's no way I'm going.
I won't be there either.
Some people love it, though. We always see, every year, we'll see the pictures of someone, some big sale, and there's like this herd of people just trying to get a cheap TV or something crazy. Every single year, there's someone gets stampeded or hurt. People trying to get into to a Black Friday sale.
I'm sure there'll be people get arrested and all sorts of craziness.
Here's another statistic I found shocking. I thought it'd actually be higher than this. Black Friday shoppers spent on average $430. I wonder what it's going to be with inflation in 2022. I mean, $430, it doesn't really sound like that much money. That's barely like getting groceries anymore.
Yeah, and it will be, the deals available on Black Friday will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see because I know a while back, I think we had an article we talked about on the show where there was talks of Black Friday would kind of be a sign of inflation getting better because of sales and things. So it'll be interesting to see, are there actually deals? And then even at that rate, is it like a worthwhile deal, right? Like if the price of something just got so expensive where you do your blowout sale or whatever, but then you're still paying way more than you would have a couple of years ago, are people even really going to be excited about that. I'm sure they will because sales are sales, right? People love to buy deals. So I'm interested to see what they will be, and then is there going to be enough, with the supply chain issues and all that, and then TVs a lot of times. I know you have a story about buying a TV on Black Friday. Well, hasn't everyone upgraded their TV the last couple of years when we were all home because of the pandemic?
And got free money. But if you think back, you're right. We did talk about an article and some changing landscape and overall inventories of a lot of retail stores. And I think it started with Target, came out and just had a lot of excess home good inventory. So dryers, refrigerators, all the different kind of stuff you'd have in your home, they had excess inventory. So I think it will be very interesting to see how big the deals are. I think you're exactly right there.
If refrigerators are going to be on sale, I might go out. We need to upgrade our fridge at our house.
Well, yeah, and you think about that. That's the one thing they're not excited to buy a new refrigerator.
No.
I mean, it's not exciting. TV, it's exciting. We can watch it right away. With the refrigerator, what do you do? Plug it in and put in your groceries?
Yep.
I mean, there's no fun utility of
That's
a refrigerator. So I doubt there's too many people upgrading refrigerators or looking to do it. But who knows? There may be some really, really good good buys. The other thing that makes me wonder, we get back to this thing where all of a sudden we're going to have shortages on things because, as we know, the supply chain's not totally corrected. And that could actually make some of these Black Friday deals not as good as originally thought.
Yeah, so here's the Black Friday consumer forecast for 2022. Spending predictions are at roughly $158 billion. So even though people don't like inflation and things are more expensive, it's probably not going to stop people from going out and spending money, right? Especially with Christmas coming up. Everyone's getting geared up for gift giving and all that.
I think
during Christmas.
I believe people use that Black Friday as an opportunity to go buy some of the gifts they're going to do for Christmas at a discounted price. I think that's when it really starts. Like, I know my wife, that's when she's going to start Christmas shopping. Elias, I thought it'd be good to give somebody 7 Black Friday shopping tips, kind of how to maximize your time, how to maximize the day. And if you decide to go to the store and fight the people, how you might get through this day better. So 1, which apparently my wife, your wife, and their family, they do this. They start early. And we all know that most stores are going to have the teaser item, the one item everybody's going to get, or they're trying to get the ticket for the TV or the cheap cell phone or iPad, whatever it is. You got to start early to get the best deals because the best deals are all going to be gone. I think people believe there's this unlimited supply of stuff in the store when they advertise and say, hey, you can get an iPad for $100. They might only have 5.
5 of them?
Well, I mean, they could. Maybe 10. They have a limited supply. When they have those TV deals, they don't have 400 TVs lined up for it.
Yeah,
they've got a few per store. They're trying to get you into the store.
You got to get in there and get it. Another thing you could do, you could skip the in-store sales and shop online. I love this one.
Sign me up for that one.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with being in a store or shopping, trying stuff out. I just want to click buttons on my laptop and it gets dropped off in front of my front door. That's the kind of shopping I like to do.
Do you know what this makes me think about? This makes me think about the metaverse, actually.
I'm not going shopping in the metaverse either.
I'm not sure.
You won't see me there.
I'm going to give you an example. And I've used this as my thesis for the utility of the metaverse, in my opinion. I needed some new briar pants. I've been out in the woods and getting these little sticker and briars all over my pants. It's a mess to try to get them off. So I went to Orvis and I ordered some. Paid for 2-day overnight shipping because I wanted it. I was going in the woods. I ordered that and a jacket and a shirt. Comes to my house, all too big. So now guess what I have to do?
Send it back.
Send it all back, and then I paid another $34 for overnight shipping of the right price, of the right size. In the metaverse, if they get this figured out, I literally could have just went to that Orvis store, tried it on, got to see how it felt, touch it, how it feels, did it fit right? And I would have bought it. I would have avoided the hassle. But would people potentially do this on Black Friday? So instead of your mom and your wife or your sister, whoever, all getting together, would maybe they just get online and put on their headset and get in the metaverse and do the same thing and not really have to fight any of these crowds? I know it's far-fetched, but if you think about...
I don't know. I'm not a believer yet. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it can work, but I don't think it's something... I don't see myself enjoying it. I
can tell you from that one instance, if that existed, that would be the only way that I would shop.
To virtual reality shop. But how are you actually going to try it on? You're not actually there.
But that's what virtual reality is all about. It's creating the experience that you're actually there. I mean, there's got to be a way that you can upload like the measurements of your body or get a scan of your body, and they know the measurement of every single garment.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way that, if there's not, that's what I need to figure out, because I think it's high.
You're right. You need to start working on that.
My wife returns so many clothes every single week, or shoes, because she's ordering for the girls. Oh, the shoes don't fit. Got to send them back. Ask Molly. I bring the boxes here. I think that's the biggest utility for the actual metaverse is.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I got off on a little tangent, but 3, use websites and apps. Once again, going to the stores are going to be bananas, but a lot of times the apps are going to have special discounts that you might not get by actually going to the store. I know I was on the ScentLock website, which is a hunting clothing line, and they've already opened their Black Friday deals. And it was spend $500, get this free $100 item, and they had a bunch of clothing marked down 50%. And it's not garbage; it's good stuff. It's the stuff that was for early season hunting. Now they've marked it down. So if you go to some websites, use some apps, maybe you can get actually a better deal than you would have by just going to the store.
You can also use the loyalty programs. So I don't know which, I don't know if Target has it or, whatever stores that do these, the big Black Friday deals, they probably have loyalty programs too. So if you're part of that, see if there's anything you can take advantage of there.
Well, and on the loyalty programs, I think what's neat about these, like I'm part of the Cabela's one, the Bass Pro Shop one, several. Target, I don't know what that one is, but it's like the red card or something. I don't remember the name of the app is. But they'll actually send you alerts as to what the sales are. So you might see something you would normally find in that store. You don't have to go read the ad. They'll send you updated alerts on what's actually happening. 5, you can get social. Most retailers today are advertising through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and it's a good way to find a deal on something that maybe you weren't even thinking about. A lot of times if you're searching for an item that's top of mind, but there might be an auxiliary item, you're like, oh, wow, that's 60% off. Maybe I'd buy it now versus waiting 6 months to get it. And, all that stuff is easily shared on social media, and I'm on social media all the time, so I see when my friends share and say, hey, Cabela's has a 60% off this item today. I get to see all of that. So I think getting social is another really good way to take advantage of some of these Black Friday opportunities that are going to happen.
Yeah, and that's almost like the loyalty program too, because you might get rewards or something for being a fan or sharing something, reposting something. So that's kind of neat. Number 6 here, oh man, create a budget and stick to it. This is probably hard to do when you're Black Friday shopping. I mean, really, before you go, how do you actually know how much money you're going to spend on all the gifts and the things you're going to buy? I guess if you really know what you're going to buy and you know what the deals are, but I bet a lot of budgets get blown up on Black Friday. I bet a lot of credit cards get swiped too. Well, I don't have the cash, but I have my Target red card.
I guarantee you budgets are blown up and credit cards are maxed out.
Yeah.
Because people get excited. I mean, okay, think about this shopping dynamic if you go to the store. If I went into Best Buy today at 10, there's nobody there. There's no excitement. There's no buzz. It's just electronics. When you go there and there's 150 people or 200 people or however many people are going to be at Best Buy, all looking at the same electronics, what happens? You get a little energized, you get excited, and not only that, you feel a sense of urgency because, man, if I don't get it today, it might be sold out because you're going to start going down the aisles and seeing no inventory, back order, or what do they call that when you can sign up and they call you if when it gets in? Rain check, yes. A rain check. Like you're going to see them like, man, I better get that if I want it. And people are going to feel like they need all this stuff. And most of them are not need items. So, yeah, having a budget and have a list of what you're looking for. Know what you're going to buy.
Yeah, and I think another probably psychological part of it, a lot of people are there. It's so much easier to do something when everyone else is doing it, right? It's just kind of a group herd mentality. Well, everyone's here buying stuff and spending money. Let's go crazy.
You feel like you're supposed to spend money if you go out.
Yeah, you're more obligated because of the big group.
And 7, the last one in this list, I think this is important, but check all the store policies in advance. On Black Friday, it's going to be virtually impossible to get a store associate to help you. But here's the things you probably want to know before you go. Another store price match. A lot of stores will price match. I know there's stuff when I go to Shields, if I see it somewhere else, they'll price match if I can bring it up on my phone and show them what the price is and they can verify it. 2, also find out what the return policy is. Some of these items that are deeply discounted, it may not have a very good return policy. Or think about this. If you're buying it for Christmas, if you buy this on the 25th of November and you give this gift to somebody for Christmas and has a 30-day return policy, you better hope they like it because you're not taking it back.
Of the 30-day window.
Yeah, so just find out what all of the things you possibly can about their policies, especially if you're making a big purchase. If you're buying a $14 t-shirt, it doesn't matter. But if you're buying a TV or a big item, find out if they'll price match, find out what the return policies are.
And they might suspend the price match too, right? I've heard that happens on Black Friday. Stores that do price match, sometimes they won't do it during the big sales.
But point is, find out which ones will price match or won't. Just know what you're doing, because here's the last thing you want to do is go to the cash register and expect a price match. And they won't do it, and now you're waiting, and it just becomes a whole fiasco if you don't know what the policies are.
Yeah,
and I can't even imagine.
You don't want a fiasco.
I can't imagine how many arguments it leads to in all of these stores. Well, you always price match. Well, we don't today. So I think Molly put this next one on the outline, and this is kind of an oxymoron, but let's talk about the 4 ways to actually save money on Black Friday.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What's number 1?
Just don't go.
This is my favorite one.
Don't go shopping. There's only really one way to save money on Black Friday, and that's not go shopping. You don't have to go. It's not required. This isn't like just because half of America doesn't mean you have to be a follower too. But I guarantee if you don't go shopping on Black Friday, you won't spend any money.
Here's my recommendation. Eat so much food on Thanksgiving on Thursday that you don't feel like going out on Friday.
So maybe that's why our wives all leave us on Thanksgiving night, because we actually did eat so much food and we're already asleep. They're like, these guys are already sleeping. I'm moving on down the road.
Leave him. Let's go.
Yeah. Don't buy what you don't need. I think this goes back to just have a budget. Have a budget and know what you're going shopping for. If you just go randomly shopping and buy a bunch of stuff you don't need. We talked about this on our last show. We talked about, how to be frugal. The thing that I realized personally with shopping online for groceries, I get everything I want because I'm checking my cupboards. I don't buy anything I don't need because I know what I have. I'm more price conscious, and I spend like a third less every time I do it online because I was intentional about what I'm going to buy versus just going to the store and grabbing a cart. I'm completely unintentional.
And I will say for like my wife, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, when they go out, and with all the aunts too, when they go out for Black Friday, I think they do a good job of this. They have a list. They have targeted things that they know they want. Especially my sister-in-law, she does a really good job. She'll say, before they go. These are the 3 things. She knows what she's looking for. They're usually gifts that she's going to need around Christmas, and that's what she always comes back with, the 3 things she said, 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it is, that she set out to actually get.
Well, I think the other, to add on to that, if you don't know what you're going for, my guess is you're not going to get that great of a deal.
Right. I think that's why she's so urgent about it, because that's what she goes for first, because she doesn't want that stuff to be ran out.
She knows what she wants. She knows where to get it, so we're going to go there, grab that first, and then they do all their other random shopping. One really good tip I like to give people, too, is don't go overboard on gifts. This is the easy time to go overboard. You're going to see a bunch of stuff that's on sale. I think my granddaughter needs this, or my daughter needs this, or my dad needs this. Be intentional about what you're going to buy people. Just be intentional. If you just get crazy, you're going to spend so much extra money on this stuff for a bunch of gifts that people may or may not want.
Yeah, and think about probably the impulse buys too. I just know me personally, if I am already spending money, it's easier for me to spend more on an impulse buy. So, I don't go out Black Friday shopping, but if I did and I went and enjoyed one of the big sales, got something I really wanted, I'm already spending money, I'm going through the checkout, I might buy a bag of candy too or something, because they're going to have end cap. They're going to have end cap stuff everywhere to grab your attention one more time, get you to put one more thing in your basket, and you're already in that mode, so it's just easy. Oh, yeah, I'll get that too.
The last one we're going to talk about, this is the best one. Don't waste your time. We need to value our time more than going to get a good deal. I mean, think about how much time people are going to spend on Black Friday shopping. And if you enjoy doing that, then that's your hobby. But for me, I'm not going to go because I value my time too much. If I have to wait in a line anywhere to check out at a store, I'm highly irritated by it. I don't even want to imagine what it would be like for me on Black Friday. If I go to the grocery store and I have 3 people in front of me, I'm just annoyed by it. My patience level with that stuff.
I know exactly what would happen. If I went, I'd walk into the store, I'd be there for probably 2 minutes, and I'd go back out to the car, and I would sit in the car and wait until everyone else was done. And that's exactly what would happen. Here's
the other thing to remember. Whether you get the deal or not probably isn't the thing that's going to make you successful financially anyway. It's just getting a deal. It's making you feel better. If you pay full price, think about this. If you buy a $50 item and you didn't save the 15% off, you paid an extra $7.50.
That's not going to make or break anything.
Let's actually think about the average purchase. The average person spends $430, I think I said?
That's what it said.
Let's assume they got a 25% discount to get there. Okay? So they saved $100 over the course of the whole year. Is your time and headache and all this stuff happening on Black Friday worth $100? In my opinion,
for most people, probably not.
I'd rather watch football. With that said, I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy your family, watch some football, and if you're going shopping, I hope you take some of these tips to heart. Thanks for listening. If you need any help, you can go to btwellshow.com.